Invincible Season 4 just ended. Everyone is talking about Thragg, but the real villain this season was never Thragg. It was Mark. And stick around till the end because we need to talk about Season 5. I said what I said and I'll stand on it. Everyone is coming out of Season 4 talking about how terrifying Thragg is, how powerful he is, how he is the greatest villain this show has ever introduced. And yes, all of that is true. But while everyone is focused on Thragg, nobody is asking the more uncomfortable question. What exactly has Mark Grayson been doing this season? Because when I look at Season 4, honestly, Mark is the problem. Think about it. Mark comes into this season already broken. Season 3 left him in a dark place mentally. And instead of dealing with that darkness, he buries it and keeps going. He fights from fear. He makes decisions from desperation. He operates the entire season from a place of unresolved trauma that he refuses to confront. And every time that trauma drives his decisions, people around him pay the price. Thragg did not beat Mark in the finale with his fist. He beat him mentally. He beat him strategically. He offered Mark two options, both of which are losing options, and Mark took the deal. The surviving Viltrumites are now hiding on Earth, breeding with humans, rebuilding their species in plain sight. And Mark stood there and accepted it because he had nothing left. No plan, no answer, no fight. That is not a hero in control. That is someone who has been completely outmaneuvered by a villain who understood him better than he understood himself. Thragg held up a mirror to exactly who Mark has become this season, and what that mirror showed was not pretty. So yes, in my opinion, the real villain of Season 4 is Mark Grayson. Not because he's evil, but because his unprocessed trauma, his fear, and his helplessness created the conditions for everything that went wrong. Thragg just walked through the door Mark left open. Now let's talk about that finale, because the finale itself is just as controversial as my take on Mark. Every season of Invincible has ended with a massive explosive fight sequence. Season 1, Omni-Man destroyed Chicago. Season 2, the Angstrom-Levy battle. Season 3, the brutal Conquest showdown. The show built its reputation on ending seasons with unforgettable, violent spectacle. Season 4 broke that completely. Episode 7 is where the war happens. Viltrum gets destroyed. Thragg reveals himself as the true final boss. The animation is honestly some of the best this show has ever produced. People are calling it one of the greatest episodes of any show they've ever seen. Full stop. And then the finale arrives. Quiet. Still, almost uncomfortably calm. No big fight, no victory montage. Just Mark sitting with his guilt, his trauma, and a conversation with Thragg that ends with the most chilling cliffhanger this show has ever delivered. Half the fan base is furious about it. They wanted the explosive ending this show always delivers. The other half are saying it is the boldest creative decision the show has ever made. I am firmly in the second camp because that quiet devastation lands harder than any fight sequence could. Robert Kirkman said it himself. Every single thing about this show is changing from here. That ending proves it. And now Season 5. I know this is what you stayed for, and here's the answer. Yes, Season 5 is confirmed, already renewed, all voice recording already completed. Based on the show's pattern, the target window is early 2027, most likely February or March. And based on where Season 4 left things, Viltrumites hidden on Earth, a biological weapon called the Scourge virus that could kill every last Viltrumite in existence, Allen the alien facing the most impossible choice this show has ever presented, and Mark more broken than he has ever been. Season 5 is shaping up to be the most dangerous and personal story this show has ever told. Kirkman has said the series could run 7 to 10 seasons. We are barely at the halfway point. The second half of the story is going to be a completely different show. And after Season 4, I am completely here for it. So that's my take. Mark is the real villain of Season 4. The quiet finale was the right call, and Season 5 is coming. Now I want to hear from you. Do you agree Mark was the problem this season, or am I completely wrong? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe if you are not already, and I'll see you in the next one.